perhaps, as we get set into game numero uno for our final series of the night. Day, night, whatever it is. Bottom right hand side, our blue Zerg player. Give it up for Elazer. Yes, definitely Nelly didn't get the name of the player wrong. Right at the start, I'm a very good caster, I know. Top left, our red Zerg is opening an early pool. It is Serral. You're an interloper. Guys, I promise I'll eat some fucking honey tonight. If it'll make you stop talking about honey, I promise I'm gonna have some honey tonight, okay? Okay, is that okay? I'll have some honey tonight. Sweet, perfect, cool. Thumbs up. StarCraft going pretty interestingly, eh? Pretty cool to see that moving along. Anyways, a fully committed one base all in from Serral here. Now, we saw Serral cast a best of 15 ZvZ of Serral versus Stu last week in the map contest grand finals. So, yeah. Interested to see how this plays out. As we're going to be seeing, obviously, Braindesk coming up, and he did show us kind of a lot of good macro plays, but also quite a few pretty cool, kind of aggressive, all-in sort of plays. And we've seen these things coming over, and Serral will arrive right now. Obviously, so far, Liz doesn't really know about this. And he actually doesn't really have anything up just yet to deal with it. Queen just on the way up. And, well, Sixlings will start to build. He will start to pull drones in. You're going to be seeing those lings starting to fight, starting to get into some of the action right now. Again, just drones having to pull away. I mean, here come the banelings, right? And that's going to make this so difficult now for Elazer to defend. And the first baneling connection is pretty good, I would say. And the other baneling is here to be used as well. And honestly, I mean, what does he even need to go off on? He can go off on those drones, I guess, makes it slightly easier for himself. Serral's just destroying Elazer right now. Kind of plain and simple to say, but it's kind of true. One being in a more for the top side, hidden away there. Yeah, it's not going to take much to continue. This is, well, again, kind of an interesting one, because he didn't go ling speed, right? He just went to the bane nest straight away. Just not seeing Elazer this baneling right to the top. And he will come in, and he will just try and drive for a few more drones. I mean, if there's baneling here, of course, it becomes so much easier. The best thing about this was he didn't have to take any damage on this baneling on the way in from the Queen. And that's what allows him to really get in there and actually be able to do something fairly significant. You just see the thing is moving around a little bit right now. So currently 21 to 14 drones, 7 army to 5. Mulling is moving around, seeing what else is going to happen. More drones on the way up against Serral, just 5-6 workers ahead. He took a natural hatchery behind this because he has done enough to kind of transition out. And so the game will continue on. With Serral looking pretty good for the moment. Serral looking pretty good indeed as we see a couple more Zerglings arriving. Not going to really be able to do too much. That group team will continue to come on down towards the frontier. Linger speed starting from Serral. Something which, I mean, we got to look at here from Elazer. He never got a chance to start Linger speed because he invested everything he had into defense for the moment. And obviously, he can start it up now, but he will be a bit behind on it. He actually starts it, then cancels it, and I think, yeah, the kind of game plan will change for him into a lair and maybe an Evo Chamber and a Roach Drone to set up into the later stages of the game. But really, Serral running away with this already. He is going to be throwing the third hatch down and getting ready to go. Two things going to run on in. Roach Drone and Evo Chamber coming up here at the front. Again, just sort of as we suggested, kind of setting that up. As Ling Speed comes in, we'll see if Serral tries to get anything done with any Zerglings on the map. Generally, he'll want to try and delay the third of his opponent because he has Ling Speed and his opponent doesn't. And you're just seeing kind of the lead of Serral coming into play here. Usually in this situation, You know, if you're the player who's invested into link speed, you'll be a bit behind on maybe the +1 on the Roach setup, but that's really not the case here. Okay, you might be a bit behind on the Roach speed. That still gives Serral kind of the +1 advantage, and maybe, again, it's only slight, but overall Serral definitely not slightly, because again, he will still put these links to use to delay the third hatchery, and that's something which we're just not seeing in the play just yet from Elazer. Overload on the way up again as those links coming in, denying the third hatchery. We'll just continue to slow Elazer down already in this game number 1. Remember, this is the siege to determine who advances in second place of this group behind Harston, as these Roaches picking off against a few of those Zerglings right from the get-go. Third hatch going to be dropping on down, a few Zerglings getting picked away at as well. Roaches pushing forwards, looking to try and see what else they can do, what else they can get up to. Yeah, Elazer able to defend his third hatch now then, but again, it's a long time until he can actually really saturate this. Serral's already starting to saturate his third base and get set up fairly comfortably onto more than just the kind of normal kind of 2 base eco, which you'll see so far. Second Evo Chamber coming in from Elazer. You can go into +2/+1 here if you would like to, although it's not something you see a lot of the time. Obviously, Elazer feels as though it's something which maybe he can go for, just playing a bit more of a defensive game. Starts up Tunneling Claws and Burrow as well. It's looking towards the Roach Burrow play to try and find himself a way back into what is, again, just, way back into it just because he is in a slight disadvantage still at this stage. Just one about to finish up then. So upgrades will be even. Serral just with straight up more army on the map right now. Whether he tries to use that as a way to be aggressive or not, we will see. And Overseer being killed actually supply blocks Elazer. And it's little things like that that will just keep Serral in that slight advantage which he's had from the early stages of game number. Rip my life. Tried to finish my sentence and I couldn't. What can I say? Alright, going to be jumping into a little bit of harassment here though, and Serral, even with just 3 or 4 lings, finds 3 worker kills. Currently the score in DNS versus Lambo is 2-1 in favor of DNS, by the way, guys. Sorry, didn't keep you updated on that because we weren't in game on the last game until we just got in now, and we only just got the information on the score, so apologies for that. But you see Serral pushing forward, he's way too far ahead. We kind of knew it from the way that this game opened. GG. Bottom right hand side, our Red Zerg from ENCE Esports. It's Serral, and he's the one who's going to be having to defend here, as the blue Zerg top left opens 13-12. It's Elazer. Just as we have a moment here, guys, DNS is pushing in to basically end this series against Lambo. He's 2-1 up and pushing in to take a 3-1 victory, as honestly Lambo just doesn't have enough to defend this. DNS will get his rematch against Raynor in Group D. He lost 0-3 to him earlier. Can he make a comeback this time around and maybe make that work out? GG's. DNS 3-1 against Lambo, and Lambo is out of Takes Penthouse Party number 3. So it was a hatchery first into gas, then pull from Serral. Obviously not the best of openers to defend against early aggression. So that's something which could be a little bit troubling for him here. Obviously we saw Elazer very good with this build against the hatch first. We just saw against Snoot at the end of that last ZvZ. So let's see now how it turns out for the start of this one, game number 2. Can he tie it up, or will Serral take it to a 2-0 lead already if he just defends this well enough and comes out into an advantage? Just cool to see the different possibilities, of course. Always fun to figure those out. First couple of lings already moving around here. Bane and Nest on the way up from Elazer. So again, exactly like we just saw against Snoot, where it was completely all in, not really designed to be this sort of build order which you can kind of just counter here, or you just not something to kind of deal a little bit of damage and to kind of follow up. It's designed to end the game. So let's see how that goes. Feeling is going to be taking the lead through the center. Their Nest again finishing in just a few moments here. You've seen these Zerglings coming along as well, so I think it's coming along. A couple of Banes start to morph in. And again, these Zerglings going to come on through. It's going to be seeing the Spine Crawler taking a little bit of damage. Another drone there, getting very low, but doesn't go down just yet. There's the first 2 Banes on the way, and that'll be a big part of this. But the fact there's already a Spine Crawler from Serral, well, that will help massively. And he's beginning to wall it off as well, so there's not really going to be much you can do about that. And you're going to see, well, Bentley goes off towards the ramp. That said, the Spine Crawler, is it in range of the ramp? It is, and so Elazer going to be taking quite a prodding right there. Right now, it looks as though Serral is defending very nicely. Transfusers are not quite ready, though, and that means the Queens are going to fall. Oh, dear. Well, that's a little bit of a shame, because now Elazer has access into the main. What can he actually do from there? Bane's defensively now morphing in from Serral. 4 of them in total. And Elazer, he really doesn't look as though he knows what he wants to do about this. A couple of Banes cancelled, at least from Elazer now, but again, Serral has more Banes morphing on the high ground. He's got 2 more Banes coming down to the low ground too. And we must be seeing these few spines. He's just going to defend it. And Elazer, again, he's completely committed to one base, so he knows that's GG. Man, how you doing, man? Kailaris so strong, we must take him down. Yeah, Kailaris has been the rain and bit boss for over a day now. He's got quite a lot of health left on him, though. It's going to take quite a lot of chipping away from you guys to really get rid of him here. I'm sure it'll happen over time, though. We're going to see more aggression come down. Thank you, Andyman, for the Cheer 100. Bringing down the bit boss slowly but surely. Thank you for the Cheer 100. Do appreciate the support. To the bottom right-hand side, our red Zerg play on Ascension to Aya is Elazer. And back to aggression from our blue Zerg to the upper left-hand side. These guys taking it turns to be aggressive and all in. It is going to be our blue Zerg, Serral, going for the gas pool. He's 2 up. He can end the series with a strike to the heart of Elazer with this aggressive all-in build. What's up, Sid at 68, coming in for the 12-month resub. Saying happy birthday. Got some Wardy hearts in the chat, please, for Sid at 68. 1 year of subscribing. Dude, thank you so much for all the support. 1 year is obviously a big milestone. Really do appreciate it. Let's see a lot of hearts in the chat, guys. I said, thank you so much for the 1 year, bro. Really do appreciate it. Really, really do. That's crazy. A year. Madness. Madness. Ling speed, and it is going to be continued gas mining, which means we are going to be seeing the Baneling nest here in just a few moments' time. So Baneling nest coming on down. In just a few, you're going to get set up and ready to go into this. Obviously, so far, Ling's just going to be seeking down the left side. Serral being a little bit sneaky and cheeky. There's that Bane nest coming into play again. Elazer will not know about this initially here. Let's see if he can hold on. It's different from the last all-in we saw from Serral, because this one does not involve skipping speed. This one is with Zergling speed, so it's a little bit different to what we saw in game number 1. Again, this guy can play deadly. It's the Korean ZvZ playstyle, honestly, to play a lot of aggressive one-base all-ins. It's just the way the Korean players have been playing as of late. These initial Lings are going to come around. Ling speed will finish just as these set of Lings finish up, more or less. You'll be able to morph a couple of Banes in down to this side. And again, for now, everything will be hidden away until he reveals himself to this Overlord. And there it is. Now he is revealed. Ling speed about to finish up. More Lings coming across the map immediately here. Not really anything in position. One Queen finishes up on the natural. Oh no, it's going to be caught though on the low ground. This Queen taking some damage, but Serral backs away actually. Going to go grab some Lings coming in from the center of the map. Doesn't actually kill much at all just yet. Double Spine Crawler building from Elazer. A couple of Banes going to start morphing in. 4 Banelings going to start morphing in right now. And he's coming forwards again. All of those drones stacked up on the ramp, though. What's that about? Oh, man, they just couldn't get back up. He didn't mineral walk them through. Elazer already loses 5 workers. Now this next Queen going to be in trouble. Another couple of Banes coming forwards. Oh, man, even when they get blown up by the Zerglings, they're still helping out. The Spine Crawl on the high ground's about to fall. And I think Elazer's already just in so much trouble here. These Zerglings will just back away from the Spine on the low ground here. One more Bane connection onto these drones. We'll put a few more of them on low health. And all of a sudden, it's actually only 13 workers to 11. The thing is, there's more Lings coming across the map, right? And there'll be more Banes to come through as well. Serral has still quite a bit to play with. Doesn't quite get that drone. Cancels those couple Banes, realizing he has to back away a little bit here. One of the big things is that he killed both Queens, and so there is, even though there's 2 hatcheries, a lack of production for a little while here. As we're going to see Serral going to have to cancel those Lings again and try and help fight this. A couple more Lings coming in for himself, but he just can't seem to find the moment or two that he needs. He starts drawing himself, but again, down at hatchery, it means he has to find 300 minerals to invest into that here to play catch-up at any point in time. More Zerglings to the upper left. And these Zerglings to the lower right going to be setting up as well. Two overlords just position themselves. Keep an eye on what else is coming across. There's Serral starting up the hatchery. It seems as though he didn't quite find enough with this. He didn't fully end the game. Elazer just about staying alive, and sometimes that is all you need in these sort of games and in these sort of situations. Game will come out fairly even then. Second queen starts to build up on either side. So again, there's not much of an advantage for Elazer right now back at home. For example, you know, he isn't really making use of like a double inject or anything. Pretty much as this second queen pops out here, Serral will get double injects pretty much as pretty much when Elazer does. Elazer will have like 1 or 2 more lava from the overall just natural hatch production of it. But yeah, kind of going into a bit of an interesting scenario, I suppose. Continuing on with this here. You're seeing a single Zergling going to be coming across towards the upper left-hand side of the map now. See what else it can get up to. Baneling nest about 75% of the way done at the moment. Zergling coming on through here. Hatchery on the way from Serral at the third already. Feeling confident about that, obviously. Few workers in the lead is Elazer, who already throws down his own third hatch as well. Those 4 or 5 workers could add up here throughout the game, of course. They so often do. The mirror matchup, I mean, it's the slightest of things that can give you the advantage to push on through and to win. A couple of Banes coming up defensively towards the third hatchery on the left-hand side. And we still just wait to see. Again, what could be next? Again, just a little bit of setup here right now, guys, as we wait to see what exactly the next sort of stage of this is going to be. A lot of these Zerglings going to come on over to the left-hand side and start nibbling away at that hatchery, and just sort of building up to see what indeed might be the next sort of stage of this. Lair on the way up on either side of the map, +1 missiles on the way up on either side of the map. Both Banes coming forwards. Well, he already got 1. He'll try and get a second as well, and he does get a second. Well played so far. Lings and Bane still collecting to the left side. Again, Lair on the way up from both players now. +1 is pretty similarly timed. Serral was behind on income for quite a while here, and that is Elazer's small advantage, but overall it really isn't much of one. Elazer has a little bit more gas in the bank, but he's actually morphing in even more Banes to keep on being aggressive, so he obviously has to try and find some good fights with this. Well, 2, 4, 3. It's a decent fight. Guess this one Baneling low as well makes it more easily sniped by just a single Zerglin or 2. And there it is, just a single Zerglin going to get the kill. This other Zerglin going to try and move through to scout. And again, 2 Banes pushing forward from Serral. And he'll just trade 2 for 2. That's an even trade. He'll be fine with that. But he still has to get rid of these Zerglings, and that's his issue. He doesn't actually have another Baneling ready just yet. They're morphing, but they're not here just yet. 8 drones going down, and now Elazer is starting to do the damage that'll push him ahead in this game. And from here, he's already starting to make a few more roaches as well. More Lings coming across. Elazer going back towards the bottom right. 9 more roaches on the way up. Queen coming up here as well from Serral on the third base. Five more drones starting to pop. More roaches being added up together. More Banes going in towards the third base mineral line. Elazer's just getting too far ahead right now, and as +1 finishes, he'll start to push across the map. He'll have roach speed coming in behind it, and even if it's +1 against +1, the number of units is something that's just undeniably in favor of Elazer right now. He is going to start going into some more drones, but again, I mean, there's no reason for him not to be looking for a fight with roach speed, or at least positioning to see what's going on, because he should know that with the damage he's done, he's going to be in a fairly reasonably decent position. At least you would imagine so. So many roaches. Continuing to move over to the left-hand side. It's going to be seen Serral here with a lot of Lings. It's going to be a couple of Banes morphing in, actually. And again, just going to see these roaches pushing forwards. Getting ready to see what they can get up to. That Spine Crawler will help to defend. A couple of Banes will definitely help with a little bit of splash damage too. And the Spine Crawler goes down. I mean, it's supposed to be about numbers here, right? And I think, again, numbers is really just in favor of Elazer during this one. Serral's going to start pushing it back a little bit, though. Yeah, I mean, for more reinforcements coming out, I guess he'll be able to trade out here, and I guess he will shut this down. So, I'll shut this down for now, but I mean, Elazer has more roaches coming across. And Serral doesn't just shut this down, he actually begins chasing those roaches away. And this is nice, and a few more of them getting caught up on the corner. Oh dear, Elazer, that went badly wrong for him. Just only losing 3 workers. I mean, he's again more or less dominated the income, but look at that, a horrible fight from Elazer actually. Really didn't go the way he wanted this to. So Serral a bit of a chance to maybe get back into this now. +2 attack on the way from both sides, and Elazer, well, he's going to go into Tunneling Claws and Burrow. The choice from Serral will be to go into the Hydral's Den, however, so 2 different ways of approaching the next stage for this. Queen continuing to inject here over on the third base, the natural and the main. Just going to see those few roaches and a Ravager. Can push on in towards the left-hand side and try and position themselves to see what else they can get up to. And the Changeling getting taken down. This is really nice for Serral, man. I mean, what can I say? He's actually just really brought himself back into this a bit. Okay, he won't be the player of Burrow or Tunneling Claws to utilize, but, you know, considering he's really looking a bit dead before, this is very nice. +2 is just a little bit later for Serral, but the thing is, Elazer's not in position to take advantage of his own +2 just yet. We'll push across now. I wonder if Elazer thinks maybe Serral was able to hold that last attack because he didn't invest into +2. If so, he might try another push in like this one that he's going for right now, and well, that could be deadly. These roaches pop up, but then Serral is already responding, and a few roaches forwards. Nice little burrow to try and buy time, but again, good defensive positions here. And actually, Serral has more Ravagers than Elazer does, so he's going to be able to use those to help him out in these fights as well. Continue to fight here. Nice files backwards. 3 workers going down. I mean, good overseer positioning, good play in general to shut down these roaches. They're not going to be allowed to really do too much more in terms of harassment. Very good cleanup by Serral. Usually, sometimes you see players forgetting about certain roaches which burrow in different locations, but Serral's been on top of all of this. As we're going to be seeing the roaches and Ravagers again from Serral, now in a higher supply count. Muskulman's about to finish up, so he's adding some Hydras into his composition too. Just in general, Serral seems to be a bit ahead when it comes to kind of changing up his supply right now, or his composition, and getting into the next kind of powerful position, I suppose. More roaches up the right-hand side. Aggression will be looking to continue here. A lot of these roaches coming through this top side at the moment, so they are setting themselves up. Again, a few changelings continue to move around right now, and you're seeing a couple of corrosive pals. The hatchery does get cancelled. Roaches, Ravagers, and Hydras pushing on forwards. Roaches and the Ravagers here pushing forwards as well. Out of our red Zerg player, but a big counterattack in towards the natural of Serral. Elazer going to be well, try and deal some damage. The thing is, Serral's dealing with this so well. Not only is he dealing with all of these units in the main, and yes, he'll lose some drones, but he's going to trade so efficiently in terms of army. I mean, these drones are very replaceable very quickly for him. Not just that, oh, I actually like this one, Elazer, moving around with these roaches so that he's actually able to pick away at the Ravagers and the Hydras specifically. And he's trying to get some value out of these trades. Serral does drop fairly low on worker count. He'll be able to rebuild that up here. But his army is 36 army supply ahead, and that's why he's able to defend all these fronts fairly easily, because he just straight up has more units in every position he needs them in. Oh, this is dangerous though. Those Ravagers are going to get popped up upon. The Burrow Roach player finally kind of making a bit more of a use for itself there. Throws about to try and back a few of those units off. But now actually, Serral comes forward with more of his units up to the top, and that's going to be a catch for him. It's going to be very advantageous, and Serral just looks like a ZvZ god today. He 3-0'd Snoot earlier, as did Elazer, but I mean, he's just a complete level ahead of Elazer as well, because he wasn't in a great position this game either. He was trilling slightly, but he's way back into it now. Roaches, Ravagers, and Hydras going to keep pushing forwards. They're going to be able to get themselves a kill on this hatchery on the way up. I mean, there's the cancel coming through. Obviously, slight issue for Serral now is finding the correct way to fight this. He's going to maybe just go up from 2 different ramps and 2 different angles. He'll find a couple of morphing Ravagers, which he can cancel right away. He's just going to try and dodge away from those battles. He does so successfully. Now he's on the high ground, and this becomes more difficult for Elazer to defend. Elazer's about to get a Lurker Den finished, but the reality is, how do you build Lurkers? They take 20 seconds to build, but you're under heavy pressure. You're already down in army supply. You can't give up some of your army supply to morph into Lurkers for 20 seconds. It's just not realistic. Obviously, it would be beneficial if you could survive it. You just won't survive it, though. Drones going down as a few roaches have peeled away towards that upper base. I'm going to bring them back into the fight just to make sure it's as one-sided as possible, because Serral doesn't just want to win out this fight. He wants to be able to kill off the reinforcements coming through as well. Corrosive Bowels onto those eggs are going to be a big part of that, and he does cancel already a whole bunch of roaches, and that's going to be GG. Serral's just way too good here in game number 3, and this really was just